What if I told you that 2,500 years ago, an empire built a project so ambitious, so meticulously engineered, and so symbolically powerful, that even its ruins still pulse with meaning today? Welcome to Historical Projects. I'm your host, David Jenkins, and in this episode we're travelling to ancient Persia in the Middle East to uncover the story of Persepolis, the ceremonial capital of the Achaemenid Empire, a place where architecture wasn't just stone, it was identity. And to guide us, I'm joined by someone who carries this history in his bones, and this is obvious when you listen to the podcast. A structural engineer and researcher, Younes Rahnama, grew up in Iran and saw Persepolis long before he ever studied engineering. In this teaser, you'll hear how a spontaneous post-graduation trip for Younes and all of his mates, a 2-hour flight to Shiraz, led him to one of the most breathtaking moments of his life. In his own words, the very first time I saw those columns and mythical creatures carved into the stone, it was something else. But this episode isn't just about beauty, it's about vision, about how Darius the Great began a project he knew he'd never see completed. A 150-year mega project carried on by his successors with astonishing continuity. It's also about collaboration, how 28 nations contributed their own artistic and engineering traditions. Egyptian lotus bases, Greek fluting, Persian carpets, all woven into a single architectural language of unity. It's also about values, because unlike many ancient empires, Persepolis wasn't decorated with scenes of domination. It was carved with images of respect, delegations walking side by side, not kneeling. And it's also about leadership, from advanced water systems carved into the bedrock to earthquake-resistant stone engineering to clay tablets documenting fair wages, rations, and even support for mothers and midwives. Persepolis wasn't just a city, it was a project management masterpiece. But the emotional heart of the episode, it's Younes' personal connection. The way Persepolis anchors him as a PhD student living abroad. In his own words, when I look at those ruins, I don't see a dead empire. I see a birthplace of values we still strive for today. And yes, we even talk about tea, sunglasses, and the moment he literally lost himself in the ruins. If you love history, leadership, and engineering, or the kind of stories that remind us what humans can build when they think beyond their own lifetime, you're going to want to hear this full episode. This is Persepolis, building an empire in stone.